So this happened last Thanksgiving, and honestly, my family still hasn't recovered. If you think your family is dysfunctional, wait until you hear how mine turned into a live reality show with turkey grease and betrayal. I swear I couldn't make this up if I tried. Thanksgiving has always been a battlefield in my family. My Aunt Karen hosts every year, and she has this iron grip over the holiday, like she's the queen of turkey herself. She brags nonstop about her perfect recipes and classic traditions, but the real tradition is her humiliating me. Every year, she finds some way to roast me harder than the turkey. Last year, in front of everyone, she gave this fake sweet toast and said, "Some people are still finding their way in life, but luckily, some of us are strong enough to carry the family." Everyone laughed. I was in grad school at the time, not lazy, but she made me sound like a freeloading troll. And I just sat there, eating mashed potatoes, wishing the floor would open up. But this year? Oh no. This year was different. This year I was ready for revenge. The first piece of this masterpiece came together when I offered to help her in the kitchen a few days early. She guards her famous stuffing recipe like it's nuclear codes, but I managed to switch the recipe card with a fake one I made. Instead of bread cubes, celery, and herbs, my version had crushed Flamin' Hot Cheetos, grape jelly, and a disgusting mystery spice blend that was really cinnamon mixed with curry powder. I even added a line about a touch of honey mustard for tang. I thought there was no way she'd follow it, but Karen is so blinded by her ego that she didn't even double-check. Hook for the audience here. Just wait until you hear what happened when she proudly served it. But that wasn't enough. I wanted this Thanksgiving to go down in history. So I recruited my allies. First was my cousin Jake, who's always been on my side because Karen constantly makes fun of him for not having a real career since he's a Twitch streamer. Then there was my little sister, Mia, who lives for chaos and said, "If you're blowing up Thanksgiving, I want in." And finally, my grandma, who might be 78, but has a sharper tongue than anyone I know. She's sweet on the surface, but once she decides someone deserves it, she's merciless. With my squad assembled, it was time to set the stage. The second part of my plan was the cornucopia centerpiece Karen was so obsessed with. Every year she brags about how a true hostess always has a seasonal centerpiece, and this year was no exception. She bought a ridiculous $200 cornucopia off Etsy. When she asked me to set it up, I slipped a Bluetooth speaker inside it. On that speaker, a looped audio recording of her speech from last year where she called me a disappointment. I even added a laugh track behind it to make it sting more. Audience hook. Imagine eating your turkey while a cornucopia starts roasting the host out loud. Now, the day arrives. The house is packed. Karen's kids are there, her husband Doug, my parents, cousins, and even Uncle Frank, who thinks quiet voices are for cowards. The vibe was already tense because Karen had spent the whole morning shrieking at Mia for wearing ripped jeans instead of a nice dress. Jake was silently filming clips on his phone because he knew this was going to be gold for his stream later. Dinner is finally ready, and Karen makes her dramatic entrance with the stuffing dish like she's serving treasure to royalty. She announces, "This recipe has been in the family for generations." I almost choked trying not to laugh. Everyone takes their first bite. The silence was deafening. My Uncle Frank, who usually eats anything, spits his mouthful back into his napkin and blurts out, "What the hell is this?" My grandma squints at the dish and says, "Karen, this tastes like regret." Doug tries to defend her, saying, "Maybe it's just a new twist," but then Mia goes, "A twist? This tastes like spicy jelly socks." And then Jake, bless his soul, fake coughs and whispers loudly, "Is that Cheetos?" The table erupted in chaos. Karen's face turned bright red, and she immediately pointed at me, screaming, "What did you do?" And right at that moment, like divine timing, the cornucopia came alive. The audio started playing. Some people just sit around eating while others provide for the family. Followed by canned laughter. The room went completely silent. You could hear the turkey juices bubbling in the kitchen. Then my grandma, with the most savage timing ever, goes, "Sounds about right." Everyone exploded into laughter. Karen screamed, "That's not me. Someone edited that." But then it looped again. her own voice, and this time Jake said, "Damn, the centerpiece spitting facts." Even Doug looked like he was trying not to laugh. At this point, Karen snapped. She stormed into the kitchen, grabbed the turkey tray, and threatened to throw it out the back door if everyone didn't respect her household. But Uncle Frank, drunk off boxed wine, shouted, "Throw it. I dare you." She slammed it down instead, and the turkey slid halfway across the table, right into Mia's lap. Mia stood up, holding the bird like Simba in The Lion King, and shouted, "Behold, the turkey of truth." The entire table lost it. People were crying laughing. Jake was wheezing so hard he almost passed out. Karen completely lost it. She started yelling that everyone was ungrateful, that she worked so hard, and that she was sick of being disrespected. And then my grandma hit her with the final blow. She said, "Karen, you could have just made mashed potatoes and called it a day. But you wanted to make it about you. And now it is. Congratulations." I swear, you could feel the room physically shift. Karen froze, grabbed her purse, and stormed out of her own house. She didn't come back for the rest of the night. The aftermath was legendary. We all ended up eating pie and laughing about the stuffing disaster while Jake live posted vague tweets that went viral. Grandma declared that next year, Thanksgiving was going to be potluck style, and Karen was banned from bringing anything but bottled water. Doug sheepishly tried to defend her, but then admitted the stuffing tasted like a raccoon cooked it. Mia posted a TikTok reenacting the turkey moment that hit 1 million views. And me? I carved the turkey, served everyone, and for once, nobody called me the family disappointment. In fact, my grandma gave me the highest compliment possible. "At least you made Thanksgiving interesting." And here's the kicker. Karen didn't talk to me for weeks. But when she finally did, she sent me this dramatic text saying I ruined her reputation and she'd never forgive me. I just sent her back a photo of the cornucopia with the caption, "Some people just sit around eating." She blocked me. To this day, whenever we bring up Thanksgiving, someone always whispers, "Pass the Cheeto stuffing," and everyone cracks up except Doug. Honestly, best revenge I've ever pulled. And the best part? Karen still doesn't know how her secret recipe got swapped. Sometimes revenge really is best served with turkey and chaos.